Hello and welcome back, Curious. Today we are once again venturing into the Regency era England and into the world of the Bridgertons, and also the 21st century LA and the Kardashians. If you think this seems like an odd connection, then don't worry, we have an explanation for you. Recently, an exchange took place on Twitter between none other than Kim Kardashian and Nicola Coughlan, the star of the Bridgerton series, who told the reality star that her family was a massive inspiration for the Featheringtons, much to the excitement and disbelief of Miss Kim. But are there any other similarities between the two families? What else ties the Kardashians to the show? And who do the stars of the hit Netflix series reckon the character Prudence and Philippa are most like? And could there be any chance that Skims founder could feature a cameo in the program? Stay with us to find out all the latest news about Kim, but before we continue, don't forget to turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. For a while now, Kim Kardashian hasn't exactly been hiding the fact that, like a quite big number of us, she had too fallen in love with the Netflix series which premiered on December 25th, though it had taken her some time to get around to actually watching it. And back towards the end of January this year, Kim took to her Twitter to ask her followers the ever-important question: should I start Bridgerton tonight? And it just so happened that the actress who plays the role of Penelope Featherington replied to her saying that she might be biased and that the Kardashian should definitely watch the show. For those of you who might not be aware, Nicola is a 34-year-old Irish actress, and she rose to fame after appearing in a 2018 sitcom that aired in the UK called Dairy Girls, though the role that surely pushed her to international level was her role in Bridgerton, and pretty quickly she went from being fairly unknown actress to having a social media interaction with none other than the most famous reality stars in the world, and it's no surprise that she might have freaked out a little about the whole thing as she revealed that she had loved Kim for over a decade. But before we get into the interaction, let's look back on how much of a fan of the show Kim is. Despite the show being suggested to her back in January, it wasn't until March that Kim had actually gotten to watching the series, but gathering from her reactions, she wasn't disappointed, and taking to her Instagram, she had kept her fans updated on her progress. Her faithful followers could see and hear in multiple of her stories the reality star shrieking in the background and wanting the characters to kiss. Did anyone else have the same reaction while watching the show? And taking to her 215 million followers, she revealed that she couldn't stop watching it, and it seemed that her fans were on the same page as her, with many taking to social media to point out that they had the exact same reactions while watching the series. And it seems that she enjoyed the show so much that she even has a group chat with her friends dedicated to it. And to prove that when it comes to Bridgerton, Kim, just like the rest of us, she had the same reaction as most of us when the news about Regé-Jean Page leaving the show was announced. And as some of you might be aware, Curious, many fans were rather fond of the Duke of Hastings, so the fact that he was leaving shocked many. And taken to Instagram, the news was announced in the style of Lady Whistledown, who is the gossipy narrator of the series. In the post they wrote, "While all eyes turn to Lord Anthony Bridgerton's quest to find a Viscountess, we bid adieu to Regé-Jean Page, who so triumphantly played the Duke of Hastings. We'll miss Simon's presence on the screen." And as you can imagine, the comment section soon filled with fans being absolutely shocked at the news of them, and Kim commented, "Wait, what?" Though Renee himself wasn't all that surprised, and in an interview with Variety he said that he knew his time on the show would be short-lived as his character was always meant to have a one-season arc. And though if you want to know more about the actor behind the role of the Duke, then be sure to check out our previous episode by clicking on the link above. But for now, stay with us as we're going to tell you about the supposed connection between the Kardashian family and the show. The other day, Nicola took to her Twitter to ask if the world's #1 Bridgertons fan, which here obviously she's referring to Kim, knows that she and her family were massive inspirations for the Featheringtons, and she added that during the costume fitting, they would talk about them, and presumably the show, all the time. However, she had not made it clear whether it was inspirations that the actress was taking on those roles for the producers, and lo and behold, an hour later, the founder of the KKW Beauty has replied to the tweet, and from her reaction, it was clear that she had no idea about it, and she also revealed that she found this as someone had sent it to her to the aforementioned Bridgerton group chat. Superfan right here, and in the same reply, she even asked if she would be able to attend the costume fitting once the second season starts filming. A bit of a spoiler warning for this next part if you have not finished watching the series, and let me just say, you've been warned. Rightly so, Nicola freaked out that Kim K herself replied to her saying that the cast would love to have her visit them on set. And she also let the reality star know that the corset maker, Mr. Pearl, which had made the one that Kim had famously worn to the 2019 Met Gala, also had made the one for the series. And in her post, the actress had also revealed that the very next one he made after the Kardashians was the very same one that she had worn, adding that Kim has been a part of the Bridgerton for longer than she had thought. And what followed was the Kardashian even getting her own title from Lady Whistledown herself, Duchess Kardashian of Calabasas. Though here some internet users have been making jokes that Kim truly believes that was the case, some even being rather cruel, saying that she probably doesn't even know about the books, but it's worth pointing out that Nicola never revealed whether it was just a thing between the actresses or the producers. The Irish actress even told fans that she and her on-screen sisters, played by Harriet Keynes and Bessie Carter, had spent quite a lot of time comparing their characters to the Kardashian sisters, and since some costume fittings, especially since periods like ones of theirs, can quite take some time, and chances are that the girls had plenty of times to think these things over. But what results did they come to? Once again, spoiler warning, Nicola is convinced that her character Penelope has plenty in common with Kim. And given that there's so much change going on around Penelope in the first season that she can barely take it, and maybe with this the 34-year-old is echoing the divorce that the Kardashian is currently going through. And we all know that the sisters love to gossip among themselves, which we have seen on their reality show plenty of times. And given that the youngest Featherington daughter is Lady Whistledown, could this be another way that she relates to her? The actress herself has said that this is because her character is a successful businesswoman, but what are your thoughts, curious? She also added that she thinks Kim is also a good detective, which would also make sense with that link. The other comparisons are between her on-screen sisters Prudence and Philippa, which the actresses have agreed on the fact that they are Khloe and Kourtney, and the reason for that is because they're best friends and just like the Kardashian sisters are in real life. And given the fact that Prudence is the oldest, it could be assumed that she is meant to be like Kourtney. And these Featherington sisters are also described as being she-monsters to their sister, and we know that the Kardashian sisters have had their fair share of fallen outs, and we cannot forget the fight between the two oldest Kardashian sisters, so make of that what you will, curious. But while some, as we mentioned before, criticized Kim for thinking that the characters were really based on her and her family, others thought that there could be some truth in this. For example, some internet users had noticed a slight similarity between Lady Portia Featherington and Kris Jenner. In the series, the mother is in charge of the girls and is working hard on trying to get them to find a suitable suitor and to get them married. And while that might not be exactly the case for Kris, you can agree that trying to make her daughter successful in one way is something that the mom magger has strived for. So while one focuses on marriage, the other on success. Some even argued that the rumor that Miss Jenner was the one to sell Kim's adult video in order to get their name out there could work perfectly in the instance of doing everything to make their plans and visions happen. But what do you think about that? If you want to know more about the rumors, then be sure to click on our previous video by clicking on the link above. Other internet users pointed out that in the series, the family is not even as attractive, and once again making comparisons to the Kardashians prior to the enhancements that they had done to their looks. And with some even commenting that if plastic surgery was a thing in the Regency era England, Lady Featherington would have made her daughters get one. However, that does not seem as a rather extreme point to make. Another talk of the town was if her visit to the set could result in Kim having a part or even just a cameo in the show. After all, Kim is no stranger to being in front of the camera, both in her reality show as well as the several acting credits she has to her name. And let us remind you that she has acted in productions such as Beyond the Break, where she played the character Elle on a few episodes, Deep in the Valley, CSI New York, Disaster Movie, and Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor, so surely she wouldn't find acting very challenging. Though of course, it's worth pointing out, curious, that these are just things that the fans of the reality family and the Netflix series have been, in the style of Lady Whistledown, just gossiping about. So curious, what are your thoughts on this interaction? Do you think that Kim could make a cameo on the show or even get a role? If so, who would she play? And did you even know that Miss Kardashian was a fan of the Netflix series? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time!